So we have some new incredible spec leaks about the Fujifilm X-H2s, and it's a beautiful day outside, so I figured I'd come out here and talk about it. So these specs are coming to us via Fujirumors. Most of these specs are to do with the photography side, which is something that we hadn't heard much about in the past, but it's also something to do with the autofocus and the autofocus tracking, which sounds pretty awesome if they can actually nail it. This garage was flooded a while back ago. It's kind of a cool little view that we get out here, but they're also swarming with wasps right now. So if I get stung, it's gonna be really good content for you guys, but not so good for me because I'm allergic. So if you've been worrying that the photo specs of this camera were gonna be underwhelming because all we've heard is video specs, then you can stop worrying now, because apparently this thing is gonna shoot 40 frames per second in electronic shutter mode. So what does this mean for a mechanical shutter? I'm not exactly sure. They really didn't give us any more information about that. If I had to guess, it's gonna be somewhere in the high teens, so maybe somewhere around 15 frames per second. I think there is gonna be a limit of just how fast they can get these mechanical shutters to go up and down. That being said, this camera is supposed to have a BSI stacked sensor. So with a stacked sensor, you should be able to get excellent rolling shutter even with the electronic shutter mode. So this is pretty incredible and is even faster than what the Canon R7 is supposed to be, which is 30 frames per second. Now, of course, that's supposed to be a 32.5 megapixel sensor, and this has a 26 megapixel sensor. So there definitely is a difference there. But the speed of this camera is very impressive. Now, I guess the biggest question that we still have is, will you actually have to use the fan to be able to shoot this fast? No, I'm kidding. So I think the big question that we still have about this camera is gonna be the autofocusing system. What's the point of being able to shoot 40 frames per second if most of the photos are gonna be out of focus? So I think that that is still a big question mark that we have with this camera. But we did actually get some more information about what you can actually track with this autofocus. Now, whether it will track them well is another question, but on the list we have birds, animals, cars, trains, planes, and bikes. So this is a pretty extensive list of some of the things that they can track. It actually reminds me of the Nikon Z9. They had a whole list of different things that they could track. Up until the point of the Nikon Z9, Nikon had kind of fallen behind in the autofocusing section. So when we were hearing rumors about all the different things it could track, I think the same question was, how well is it going to track those things? Well, with the Nikon Z9, it turned out to be very well. So let's just really hope that the Fujifilm X-H2s has this under control as well. I believe personally, if the autofocusing system is as good as the spec sheet, or let's say like 95% of what Sony and Canon can offer at this point, then this is definitely gonna be the best APS-C camera on the market, or at least until their 8K version comes out as well. Oh, that's a big bee. That's a big bee. Don't sting me, you son of a... Oh, there's another one. There's two carpenter bees. Oh God, that's a wasp. Okay, we're getting out of here. Yeah, we're getting out of this location. So with these specs and the specs that we've heard about in the past, the 6K60, 4K 120, the CF Express Type B card, the IBIS, all the other incredible great things that we're hearing about this camera, to me, this sounds like it could be the best camera on the market, or at least the best APS-C camera on the market. I'm extremely excited for this camera to actually come out, but drop in the comment section below and let me know, are you as excited as I am? Do you think it's gonna be as good as its spec sheet? Let me know all that in the comments below. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and until next time, peace.